Disney has been on a rough ride over the years, and the current state of this iconic film studio is nothing short of alarming. The so-called happiest place on earth might be in dire need of a wake-up call. Take their last 5 movie releases, for instance, some of which were tied to beloved fan-favorite franchises. Not only did they underperform at the box office, but they also crashed and burned spectacularly. We're talking about losses reaching a staggering $1 billion due to back-to-back failures. Yes, $1 billion gone instead of adding massive profits to their books. Over the past 3 years, their assets have taken a continuous nosedive, losing billions.
I've said for years now, one of the most evil companies on the planet is Disney. I imagine the board of directors is a who's who of supervillains. You probably got Mickey Mouse right next to Lucifer in that seat. It is always
box office flops seem to have become second nature for the House of Mouse. Once must-watch events, Star Wars and Marvel TV shows have now faded into mere background noise for shrinking audiences. Be honest, when was the last time you actually finished one of their shows? Each new production feels more like a lecture than entertainment, prioritizing woke messaging over captivating storytelling. The magic that once drew us in has been replaced by uninspired, agenda-driven feminist narratives. And this isn't speculation. Even Disney's CEO Bob Iger isn't shying away from these truths. He's openly admitted that the company's relentless focus on quantity has watered down its quality. Quantity diluted quality, he confessed, and Marvel in particular has been dragged under by a string of mediocre releases. Now, Iger promises to scale back and refocus. But here's the real question: is that enough to stop Disney from spiraling further? Can they rediscover the spark that made them the gold standard of entertainment? It's worth noting that Bob Iger is set to leave Disney at the start of 2026. This raises another question: what happens next? Let's not forget, Disney was once synonymous with pure mood-lifting entertainment. Walt Disney himself built the company on a foundation of innovation, imagination, and an uncompromising commitment to quality. He wasn't chasing trends or agendas, he was creating timeless masterpieces. Fast forward to today, and it's hard not to wonder, what would Walt think of the empire he built? According to a blunt remark from an unnamed Disney executive, the answer is chillingly clear: Walt wouldn't.
A lot of people that are really, really unhappy with the idea of corporations like Disney, essentially planting seeds in their children's.
It's hard to ignore how Disney has drifted from the principles that once defined its legacy. Insiders are now painting a troubling picture of the company's internal culture, describing it as toxic. The focus on talent and creativity, the bedrock of Disney's success, has taken a backseat. Instead, the company seems more preoccupied with catering to the demands of the woke community. It's no longer about finding the best people to tell extraordinary stories. It's about checking boxes to appease vocal radicals online. The numbers tell the story. Initially, the results of these changes didn't appear disastrous, but the cracks in the foundation quickly widened. By 2023, it was undeniable. Prioritizing diversity over talent was steering the ship into dangerous waters. Take a movie meant to commemorate 100 years of Disney magic. It should have been a celebration of their storied legacy. Instead, it became just another forgettable, uninspired project, a glaring reminder of how far the company has fallen. And it gets worse. Bob Iger may be talking a big game about refocusing and trimming the excess, but so far, it's all words, no meaningful action. Despite admitting to a lack of focus, there's no indication that Disney plans to rethink its current path. Policies around diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) remain firmly in place, with no signs of being re-evaluated for their impact on the creative output. What we're seeing are superficial changes that do little to address the real issues. Stock buybacks may briefly prop up plummeting share prices, but they're nothing more than a band-aid on a bullet wound. The harsh reality? Disney has lost a staggering $140 billion since 2021, with its stock plunging 44% since March of that year. These aren't just financial setbacks, they're symptoms of a full-blown identity crisis.
They say after years of blah, 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 Pixar's Win-Lose series saying that perhaps parents should blah, blah, blah. Who wrote this? Libby? Come on, Libby, don't bury the lead.
Disney's downward spiral hit a critical low in the summer of 2023 as their stock plummeted to a shocking 9-year low. Their valuation fell to $154 billion, down from a market cap of $350 billion, a staggering loss of $196 billion in just 1 year. Yet instead of confronting these issues head-on, Disney executives appeared more interested in deflecting blame, labeling frustrated fans as racists, sexists, or bigots for rejecting their content. But let's be real, fans aren't boycotting Disney out of spite. Families, Disney's once most loyal supporters, are growing tired of what they perceive as forced ideological messaging in their entertainment. One of the biggest flashpoints is Disney's now infamous, not at all secret gay agenda, which has faced significant backlash. Executives have openly boasted about injecting personal ideologies into their stories, and it's sparked a larger question. Is representation the real issue, or should children's entertainment simply focus on delivering magical, feel-good stories? Do kids really need to grapple with the sexual identity of animated characters, or are they just looking for a fun adventure and a sprinkle of Disney magic? Even if Disney were to acknowledge that their diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) policies are failing, the cultural damage might be impossible to reverse. What was once a company defined by meritocracy and creativity has shifted its hiring practices to prioritize demographics over talent. And the fallout is undeniable. Employees who spent years pouring their passion and hard work into building Disney's legacy now feel overshadowed and undervalued. Disney's once thriving culture has taken a nosedive, with loyal employees feeling ignored and undervalued. Newcomers, often lacking passion for Disney's storied legacy, are being fast-tracked into key positions, not for their talent or contributions, but to promote a woke agenda. Instead of fostering creativity and innovation, Disney has chosen to prioritize factors like skin color or gender identity over skill and dedication. In a creative industry where passion and commitment are essential, this is a clear recipe for disaster. One of the most high-profile casualties of this shift was John Lasseter, a legend in the animation world. Accused of inappropriate workplace behavior, Lasseter was cast out without a chance to defend himself. His supporters were silenced, and his removal sent a chilling message to employees: fall in line or you're next. The fallout isn't just internal. Disney's creative output has hit rock bottom. Executives, too focused on chasing quick wins and pandering for social media applause, have lost sight of what made the company iconic. Genuine storytelling has been replaced with shallow virtue signaling, and slapping a trendy facade onto lackluster content isn't progress, it's cutting corners. Years of misguided leadership have driven away the very talent that once made Disney an entertainment powerhouse. The company's missteps have turned former allies into outspoken critics. Let's talk about the brand itself. Disney wasn't just a company, it was a cultural institution. Generations trusted Disney to deliver content that shaped childhoods, brought families together, and created memories to last a lifetime. Their unmatched goodwill, built over decades, made Disney a beacon of excellence in entertainment. But now, that legacy lies in ruins. The once pristine content library that set the standard for storytelling has been reduced to a pale shadow of its former glory, squandered in the pursuit of fleeting trends that alienate Disney's core audience.
Billions of dollars on streaming, or even in some cases, PR nightmares that consist of them getting sued by different entities all across the United States. All the way up to leaked Zoom calls or videos describing Disney's disgusting agenda.
What's truly heartbreaking isn't just Disney's decline, it's what that decline represents. For decades, Disney stood as a symbol of imagination, a beacon of creativity and wonder. They showed the world how storytelling could transcend borders, bridge generations, and create something timeless. But now they've turned their backs on those core principles. Instead of embracing their rich history and the values that built their legacy, Disney has chosen a path that chases fleeting applause over lasting impact. The irony? While Disney executives line their pockets with money, the values they've abandoned, like respect, trust, and quality, are worth far more than any dollar amount. Their relentless focus on short-term wins has resulted in what can only be described as one of the most shocking cases of brand self-destruction in modern history. And honestly, fans deserve better. The world deserves better. So, what comes next? Can Disney ever recover from this mess? People are jokingly suggesting that someone like Elon Musk should swoop in to save the day. But in reality, saving Disney isn't about throwing money at the problem. It's about rediscovering the heart and soul that made the company a global icon of entertainment. What do you think? Can Disney find its way back to greatness? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on Disney, Hollywood, and everything in between. See you in the next video.